This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. 2 killed during robbery at bar in St. Anne. 2 farmers were shot and killed during a robbery at a bar in Claremont, St. Anne this morning. The deceased has been identified as 19-year-old Dimitri Harvey, otherwise called Tenge, and Caden James, both of Coley District in Claremont. It is reported that Harvey and James were among patrons at a party at the bar when around 3 a.m., 3 gunmen entered the establishment. They then proceeded to rob patrons of an undetermined sum of money. During the incident, Harvey and James were shot. The gunmen escaped into the area. The injured persons were taken to the St. Anne's Bay General Hospital, where they were pronounced dead. The Major Investigation Division is probing the incident. Cases at the St. Catherine Court to be rescheduled due to fire. The administrative office for the St. Catherine Parish Court has been closed until further notice following yesterday's fire. The cause of the fire is still being investigated by the Jamaica Fire Brigade and the Jamaica Constabulary Force. Arson is suspected. Chief Parish Court Judge Chester Crooks says due to the damage caused by the blaze, full operations of the main court and its outstations in Linstead, Old Harbour and Portmore will be impacted in the short term. Access to the court's office will be scaled down until further notice, said Crooks. He said matters previously scheduled for the main parish court and its outstations will be heard. Members of the public who have matters listed for Monday, July 25 should therefore attend a court in order to be advised of the new dates for their cases. For further information, members of the public may contact the Court Administration Division at 876-754-8337 or email at customerservice@cad.gov.jm. Man found dead in potato field in Manchester. Police are probing the circumstances surrounding the death of a man whose body was found in Sharehampton District in Manchester on Saturday. The deceased has been identified as 42-year-old Richard Boswell. A police report said that about 10:30 a.m., residents stumbled upon Boswell's body in a potato field. He reportedly had blood on his face. The scene was processed and the body removed to the morgue. The police are appealing to anyone who may be able to assist them to contact the Mandeville Criminal Investigations Branch at 876-962-2832, the Cottage Police at 941-2789, or the Police 119 number. In the Klansmen gang trial, resumption delayed due to absence of accused gangster. The resumption of the Klansmen one-down gang trial was delayed this morning after one of the alleged gangsters reportedly refused to attend the sitting. The information was disclosed by Chief Justice Brad Sykes, who noted that he was advised that the defendant, Ted Prince, opted not to be present and was not being brought to court. Prince's lawyer advised the court by way of a message that he was taken by surprise and that he was trying to find out what was behind his client's action. Sykes, as a result, adjourned the court for 20 minutes to await further word on the situation. Sometime later, Prince arrived at court, which allowed the trial to resume. No explanation was given for his delayed appearance. Prince is among 28 defendants who are on trial in the Home Circuit Court, along with reputed leader Andre Blackman Bryan. The defendants are being tried on an indictment with 14 counts under the Criminal Justice Suppression of Criminal Organizations Act and the Firearms Act. Initially, 33 defendants were indicted, but 5 were freed. PNPYO President blasts the government on crime and youth development. President of the People's National Party Youth Organization, Gabriela Morris, has accused the government of failing to adequately manage crime and its impact on youths. Speaking during the public session of the organization's National Council meeting at the G.C. Foster College in Spanish Town, St. Catherine on Sunday, Morris charged that more has to be done to put Jamaica on a better path. Morris, who was recently elected, contended that the Andrew Holness-led administration has not done enough to cauterize crime. It is a well-known fact that youths are both the perpetrators and the victims of crime, but instead of confronting the issue, we have a government in this country that would rather to pass unconstitutional measures than actually do some work that will curb the crime problem in this country, stated Morris to applause from party supporters. She continued, "Comrades, we are a party that cares and we see the challenges that are facing young people across Jamaica. We see that many young people are hopeless. We see that many young people fear for their lives every day. We see that many young people are just worried and are looking for the next way out." Morris called for Jamaicans to give support to families that have been impacted by crime and violence, highlighting the case of Donaldson. A high-level police probe is currently underway into the disappearance of the 24-year-old. "I want to put the Prime Minister and the police on notice. Stop going like on and notice people across this country need hope," Morris said in an appeal to the authorities. She urged the government to tackle youth unemployment. Cobb, wanted for questioning in connection with a Red Hills killing, said to return to the island. One of the policemen listed as persons of interest in the murder of a teller in Red Hills, St. Andrew, more than a week ago, is reportedly making arrangements to return to the island to meet with investigators. The police high command last week reported that the cop fled to the U.S. following the fatal shooting of 29-year-old Philip Wallace, a resident of Green Glide Close in Red Hills, St. Andrew. Mr. Wallace was killed on July 16 while sitting outside a bar in the community. 2 members of the Jamaica Constabulary Force have been detained in connection with the incident. Attorney Peter Champagny, who is representing the 3rd policeman, told the news that he has written to the police high command regarding his client's return to the island. He said, "Based on his client's instructions to me, he did not leave the island because of any particular incident, and he is more than willing to cooperate with the authorities insofar as these investigations are concerned." Accordingly, he said he was hopeful that this matter will be addressed in the coming week. The other 2 policemen are scheduled to appear in identification parades this week. Mr. Wallace was killed after he reportedly refused to pay money in connection with a bribery case. DPP to review file concerning disappearance of Donaldson. The Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions will this week review the case file concerning 24-year-old Donaldson, who has gone missing. In a media release, the Jamaica Constabulary Force said it is customary at this stage of a probe of this nature to hold a case review conference with the DPP and the senior members of her staff. The JCF said it has made a significant progress in the investigation and have collected a considerable amount of information about Miss Donaldson's disappearance. Miss Donaldson was reported missing on July 13. Jamaica records a second case of monkeypox. The Ministry of Health and Wellness has confirmed that a second case of monkeypox is in Jamaica. The ministry also confirmed the traveler is a male who recently returned to the island from New York in the United States. He is currently in isolation. Jamaicans are being reminded that monkeypox can be spread through direct contact with contaminated items and or respiratory droplets by way of coughing. The MOHW is reminding persons who are experiencing fevers, rashes, or swelling of lymph nodes should visit a doctor for immediate assistance. Facilities at Bellevue Hospital to be expanded. A new 100-bed neuropsychiatric facility is to be established at the Bellevue Hospital as part of the structural reorganization of the institution to improve operations and improve service delivery. Health and Wellness Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton said the reorganization will see the hospital being split into 2 entities, the neuropsychiatric facility, which would serve Kingston and St. Andrew, and an adult care facility, which would model a residential nursing home facility for the over 400 long-stay residents or social cases that have been discharged. The idea is to treat people in the communities, have a smaller institution for severe cases that require that kind of medical attention. The idea is not to keep admitting people. The idea is to get society to be part of the therapy and the recognition that a problem exists, which is why we need to mainstream the mental wellness agenda, he explained while speaking at the hospital's Staff Wellness Day and Awards ceremony last week, Wednesday. Other improvements include expansion of services such as skills training, education, recreation, modernization of the dietary department, relocation of patients to community residential facilities, and a better linkage with the community mental health services to reduce the potential for admission of long-stay patients. Tufton, in his remarks at the ceremony held at the hospital's Windward Road address in Kingston, said a master plan committee is to be established, which would lead the reorganization of the facility. We have some plans for this institution. Some of those plans have already started, and I want to commend the team led by the chair for those efforts. Development of a project proposal for the professional assessment of the compound, with an aim to relook at the structure and develop architectural designs, he added. The Bellevue Hospital was established to provide care for mentally ill clients. The hospital is divided into acute, subacute, psychomedical, mental subnormal, long-stay, psychogeriatric, and rehabilitative wards. The hospital presently has 23 wards and over 700 patients. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.